What is going on, guys? It's me, Parksy here, your coach of the Armagh Armaldos, bringing back this match today here for week number 1 of the DGBA season 4. I welcome you all that have clicked on this video, and thank you very much for checking me out. If you guys are new to the channel, I would highly recommend you guys go subscribe. It is free, and not many things are free. Also, leave a like and comment down below. Any feedback is greatly appreciated, I assure you. But we are going to be going against probably the #1 team, at least in terms of scariness and well built and cores and offensive power and everything like that. It has been rated first by Non-Zero, and I believe on the DGBA Season 4 channel, which is down in the description. And you should definitely check out everyone that is a YouTuber in this league, because they are all uploading content, and it is really good. And I assure you they are far better at Pokemon than I am. But we're going to be going against Cav, as I said previously. A link to his channel will be down below. Definitely encourage you guys to check him out. I don't think he is uploading on YouTube necessarily, but it's always nice to show your appreciation by dropping a subscription. It's super nice that I'm also going against Cav, because Cav is one of the main admins and one of the main moderators of the DGBA Season 4, so without him, progress of DGBA would be severely slowed down, and maybe even the DGBA might not even happen or continue to happen. You never know. But his team is super scary. There's no reason why this is one of the top teams. He firstly has got Nagnatal, or Naganatal. I can't even say that Pokemon's name. It's like people trying to pronounce Armagh, but he's got the super overpowered Ubers thing, and you might be saying, okay, it's not that bad, but it gets so many great moves, it gets so much good coverage, and it also gets Nasty Plot as well as a Beast Boost, which can either boost his special attack or speed by 1 stat, depends on what your investments are. But it's just basically a customizable Moxie, which is super annoying, especially if this thing gets a Nasty Plot up. It is Z, so it can power up its Draco Meteors and its Poison Stab, as well as other things like Flamethrower and Thunderbolts. Milotic, just very good defensive water type Pokemon. Marble Steel Flame Warp is something to watch out for, and gets reliable recovery with Recover. It can also use Haze to stop setup sweepers, and it has a pretty good special attack. It's not really that it's not really the bulky kind of Pokemon that is setup fodder. Next is Rotom Heat, and in this generation, because of move cheaters being broken, it has got Defog. However, still has a little bit of a Rock's weakness, only weak to rock and water. However, because of that Levitate ability, helping it out and reducing that 4 times weakness of ground to now an immunity. It also is very nice because it can fire off very strong overheats, and it can also Volt Switch to get you Switch Initiative. Landorus Incarnate is another Pokemon that got Defog, and is a very good Pokemon if he does manage to get Sand, which we'll talk to in a second. But if he's bringing it with Sand, then that's going to really boost the power of this Landorus a lot. And it being base 101 speed is annoying, because light speed's my base 100. So Shaman either had to be Rant Scarfed or had to be Rant Outspeed a Adamant or whatever Landorus. So that was super annoying for my preparation. Cobalion is a very good rock setter on my opponent's part. Not really the strongest attacker. You'd be surprised if this Pokemon only has base 90 and base 90 attack and base 90 special attack, but with a sword stance up. And I think this Pokemon might get Combine. Don't quote me on it. I might be getting it confused with another Pokemon, but it does get Sword Stance, and it is a Steel type. A very hard hitting Pokemon, especially if it does get a boost in its in its stats. So next up we got Sylveon, which I'm surprised he actually managed to get round 6. Great Cleric also can Heal Bell, Wish, and don't sleep on its special attacking stat, because it's a very good Specs Pokemon as well, with Stab, Pixelate boosted, Hyper Voices, which might also be Specs boosted. This thing can hit pretty darn hard and is a very good Fairy type Pokemon. Cofagrigus is a great Pokemon offensively and defensively, being able to do so many things like Will-O-Wisp, set up Toxic Spikes, set up Trick Room so it can sweep potentially, and also another Pokemon that gets Nasty Plot. Sigilyph is just a good. Actually, I skipped Alolan Ninetales. Alolan Ninetales is just disgusting, because with Aurora Veil, it just helps out so many of his Pokemon like Magneto, and that's the really good thing about Alolan Ninetales, is its ability to set up Aurora Veil. It is pretty fast as well, but just Aurora Veil, okay? That's the main focus, okay? Aurora Veil boosted Magnetal is going to be a pain to take down. Sigalith is just a poor man's Alakazam for 7 points. I think that's quite a steal. I personally like using Sigalith a lot. It can be like Psycho Shift, Flame Orb. It can set up Cosmic Powers and guess what? I'll have a Recovery of Roost. It also can be Magic Guard Focus Sash, so you can ensure that you're going to be living a hit. And it's got a pretty good special attack stat, which is pretty respectable, and some pretty good coverage as well. I think this thing even gets Energy Ball, and it might get Signal Beam. Mega Tyranitar is a Pokemon that is going to give him a Sand, and from the PBA, I knew that Mega Tyranitar is a huge monster to deal with. It's pretty underrated in the Draft League format. Personally, I think it's one of the most underrated Megas. It's just got an incredible typing offensively, not the best defensively, but with a Sandstream that managed to boost its def by 1.5 times, and it already has a really good special defense stat. It's got base 120, and it's a great Dragon Dance Sweeper, another good Stealth Rock Setter, and a fantastic one thing that drew me to Mega Tyranitar in the PBA was it's a great Pursuit Trapper. It can Pursuit Trap so many good Psychic type Pokemon, and it's why I picked up Alolan Muck, because strong Pursuit Trappers are very good. And finally he picked up Lurantis, which is kind of a kick in the teeth because it means that my Rotom Wash can't probably take on his team just because he has got that Lurantis just smirking in the back. For 3 points, it's a pretty good Pokemon. It's a Defogger, but I doubt he'll ever bring Defog on it because Lurantis is a pretty bad Defogger, not gonna lie. It's mainly just a Perman Superior. It can, contrary Leaf Storm, it might run like an extra hidden power as coverage, like usually hidden power Fire Ground or Ice. Ice probably being the most common. I guess we'll have Recovery and Synthesis, and I guess I get some other cool moves as well. Like, what was that? Solar Blade, but I don't think you're going to see it much just because it does that contrary Leaf Storm. But now we are going to get into what Pokemon I decided to bring against this guy. So for all you guys wondering, these are Chelsea names, before you wonder why my Pokemon are called such weird names. But my first Pokemon I decided to bring was Rotom Wash. Despite having Lurantis, every other Pokemon can't hit Rotom Wash with a Stab, Grass type attack, nor are they some sort of Mold Breaker or terrible Pokemon with the ground, which is really good because that means that my Rotom Wash can take them on well. It's basically a mixed Rotom Wash, and I have Volt Switch just for Switch Initiative and Hydro Pump. I have got Thunder Wave, and I was debating with several other people. By the way, I made this team thanks to the help of I made it thanks to the help of Gengar, Raichu, Hughes, and also MX3 helped out a bit. I think Has also helped out, and Request also helped out a bit. So you guys for helping me out, and hopefully you can help me out a bit more of my teams because I'm really not the best at most of these ideas were mine, but they really just helped slot the final pieces into the puzzle and make it a pretty good team. So I brought Thunder Wave, and some people were debating to bring Will-O-Wisp, but Thunder Wave's just nice because he has got Magnetal and Cobalion, really fast Pokemon, and if you guys don't know, the Pokemon, it hasn't got really that bad of a speed issue, but my fastest is base 115, so that means that with the Thunder Wave, Terrakion outspeeds the entirety of his team, as long as it's not like Tailwind. I'm pretty sure even if the Magnetal is Scarf, with a Thunder Wave I should be allowed to speed it with my Terrakion, which we'll get to in a second. I'm also running Defog on this Rotom Wash. I didn't really have a good fourth move to run on it, and I wasn't bringing another Hazard remover, so I was like, okay, we'll run Defog, even though he's probably not going to prioritize rocks versus me. As I said previously, it's just a very good mixed Rotom Wash set, just so I can get the most utility out of it, and I can switch into a number of attacks. Excuse me. Next up we've got the Terrakion, my Rocket EMZ Terrakion with Stone Edge, Post Combat, Taunt, and Rock Polish. Now I don't really know why I have Taunt, I would rather have ran Sword Stance, but people were telling me just against Cofidrigus, maybe Alolan Ninetales I should be running Taunt, so I don't know, I guess I just ran it. Rock Polish is nice because after a Rock Polish I speak the entirety of his team, and Rocket EMZ, I'm gonna get this, it can Oko something. I'll have to go check really quick. Rocket EMZ actually allows me to knock out a offensive Sylveon, so that's gonna be pretty good. I've got 240 in attack, I just don't really need any other investments. And enough speed so that I speed tire Cobalion if it isn't. Jolly or what's the other one? It's Jolly or Timid. I can't tell the difference. I'm pretty sure it's Jolly. So as long as it's not basically the maxed out Cobalion, then I should be able to speed test it. Next up, we've got, I can't even pronounce this name, I'm just going to say Shaman. We've got Scarf Shaman with Rest, Tailwind, Sea Flare, and Earth Power. Hopefully being able to set up my Terrakion for its Snake Game Sweep. With Tailwind, I can boost my Pokemon speed by ×2, and Rest is just nice. I was originally going to run Synthesis on this, and everyone was like, yeah, Synthesis is a good idea, but there's no real point to run Synthesis. I'm going to be locked into it anyway, it only heals 50%. I'd rather Rest and then swap out. I've just got Earth Power and Sea Flare. It does pretty good against this team, and this is going to be my main melodic response. Next up we got David Louise, my Mega Altaria. Thank you, Hughes, for telling me about this Pokemon. But it's a really weird Altaria set, or spread I should say. We'll get into that in a second. Now originally this was going to be a Dragon Dancing Mega Altaria exclusively, but I decided that his team has got a lot of stats, like with Cophagus and other things like that. He can definitely chip down my team, and if my Terrakion gets burnt, then that's essentially my offense gone. So I really just wanted Heal Bell on my Mega Altaria, so I can Heal Bell off those statuses. And also you could get like some lucky like Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt paralyze, like he can paralyze me luckily with his Thunderbolt, or maybe even burn me with Overheat. So it's always nice to have that. I have Earthquake for the Cobalion and the Magneto. I believe I knock out Magneto after Rocks with this Earthquake. And the Hyper Voice is just good in case. Because I predict him to bring a fully defensive Rodriguez to counter my Terrakion. I also have Roost to increase my longevity of Mega Altaria. And of course, Pixelate Hyper Voice does quite a lot. We have got Eduardo on my Piloswine. This does pretty good against this team. Kind of gets walled by Root of Heat. But we have got Ice Shard, Stealth Rock, Earthquake, and Ice Crash. Actually, before we do that, I have to talk about this Mega Altaria set. So basically, speed was the lowest. Basically, if you're going to reduce nature, then it takes percentage out. Like, I can't remember, I've never looked it up, but it takes percentage out. So you're best to lower the stat that has the lowest. So Mega Altaria, as I've already told you guys, is a well-rounded Pokemon, which is kind of annoying because of placing this negative stat. But it only has base 80 speed, which is the lowest stat it has. It also has a base 80 HP stat, but you can't minus an HP stat, of course. So I invested enough speed so I can outspeed like a max speed Sylveon, I believe, and this because I got the minus on the speed stat, it means that I'm not losing out on my EVs. That I'm making the most of my EVs. But next up we have got Eduardo, my Piloswine. I went through its new set already. It is going to be my Stealth Rocker of the week. It just does very good against my opponent, being able to take hits from the Root and Heat easily, unless he has the Will-O-Wisp, which is going to be kind of scary. It also is a very good switch into Alola, Ninetales, Mega Tyranitar, and all things like that. And finally, we've got Chelsea overall, the MVP, I hope, which is Alola Muck, with enough investment to live a modest no, it's not a modest, it's a timid Magneto, with that +2 with a Draconium Z, Draco Meteor, and has told me that he's not going to be running a modest max special attack Magneto, basically because with his speed increase, he outspeeds every single Pokemon on my team, even after a start. So I decided to keep a bit of attack just so I can hit Sylveon hard with Poison Jab. I've got Brick Break, the Aurora Veil, and it also gives me something to hit Cobalion with. Ice Punch can potentially knock out Magneto after Rocks, and Knock Off, of course, is just good. Because it is a stab knockoff, and knockoff's like one of the best moves in the game. So we're now going to be going to the battle. Okay guys, so we are here in the team preparation, as I like to turn this off. But he decided to bring Magneto, Milotic, Rotom, Heat, Cobalion, Sylveon, and Landorus. So instantly I noticed that he has not got a Aurora Veil, which is great. I'm like, I'm praising the Lord. And he also has not brought Cophagus, which is great because that was one of the things that made me scared my Terrakion. I'm presuming he has got max defense Milotic, potentially Flame Orb. and a Cleric Sylveon. This is just from Team Preview. He also does not, well, he might be running Rocks and Landorus Eye, but I presume that is his defaulter, so he's probably going to be running some sort of Stealth Rock Stabalion if I were to guess. And I'm just super scared for this team because he has got the Magneto, which, funnily enough, it's not moving. Its sprite hasn't been loaded onto Showdown yet, but nevertheless, let's go into this battle. So I decided to lead off with Rotom Wash. It's the best lead for me. It just deals with everything on this team. I get the Volt Switch out on things I don't like, and I can fire off a Hydro Pump. So I go for the Volt Switch that takes nothing, and I realize that this Sylveon actually is an offensive hyper voicing Sylveon because it shouldn't have done over 50% to my Shaman, so it is an offensive Sylveon. I make a regrettable play here going and sacking out my Shaman turn 2 to this Sylveon because it would have been nice to definitely preserve my Shaman just for the Milotic, but I figured that Rotom Wash should be able to take it down. So he makes a good play here for the Protect here, but I still get off the chip damage, which is enough so that my Stone Edge can put it in range to be knocked out. I fire off a Stone Edge onto this Milotic, and it does a lot of damage. It does nearly 40%, which is quite a lot. I go out to Rotom Wash, which is my designated switch to this thing. And here I make a pretty poor double. I go into my Piloswine predicting him to want to swap out because of course a Thunderbolt could be coming, but instead he goes to the Skull, catches me out, and I lose almost 50% of my Piloswine, which is super annoying. I really did not expect him to go for a Skull onto my Rotom Wash, but he did say that a Thunderbolt would have done a minimum of 50%. I mean, I would have only done around 50% to his Milotic, but he didn't really know, like, that could have been a low roll I got on this Sylveon, so I definitely think that the reward was less than the risk, but hey, he made a good play, I can't really argue. So basically, I go for the Hydro Pump, expecting the Lander side to come in and maybe for a ballsy play, trying to block my Volt Switch, but instead he goes down to Sylveon, which is to a KO. I unfortunately miss. He gets off a Hyper Voice and then he protects for some reason, which gives me 2 turns of leftovers recovery. This turn I should have actually went for the Thunder Wave on this Pokemon, as he does go for the Nasty Plot as expected. I did say in Team Preview that my Alola can take a hit, so I do take that Draconian Z Draco Meteor, as I do deal some pretty nice damage to his Arsenic, his thingy, his Magneto, so he is just going to knock me out of the Sludge Wave, as I do go out of the Piloswine now, and I do threaten this thing out with an Ice Shard. I have to go for an Ice Shard here because so far this guy has just been playing very weird, and I really have to just go for safe plays to try and, you know, claw back some extra differential points. So I go out into my Altaria, as he is going to go for the Will-O-Wisp here, and that's kind of annoying because then that means that I don't really have, I just think I can knock out Magneto now from this range, so I'm forced to swap out now into my Piloswine. Again, he brings in my Milotic, so I'm forced out into my Rotom Wash, as he is actually going to go for another Scald here, as he doesn't get the burn, unfortunately, this time. Either three Scalds and no burns, but luckily he didn't get a Scald burn versus my Piloswine. So I go for the Volt Switch here, still not swapping out, so I go out into my Altaria as he goes for the Scald, and he does not get the Skull Burn, which is unfortunate because it is a 30% of course, but I Mega Evolve my Mega Altaria, go for the Hybrid Voice as I do around 31% of damage. He goes to the Ice Beam, but that is not going to be too hit. I mean, it does 2 KO my Mega Altaria, but after a Roost it shouldn't be. So I go for my Roost here, as he is just going to recover, and that is just going to be a stall war, which I think I win because I might be able to tank more hits than him, but I decided to go into my Rotom Wash as he does go out into his Lander side, so this is great because Hydro Pump should be able to knock this thing out, as he does go for the Smackdown, a very weird play considering Hydro Pump would be coming out, but I realized that this Landorus survives, which again, I wasn't running any special attack on this Rotom, but I could have just got low rolls this whole time, and he could have just sacked off his Lander Y that turn, so I go for the Ice Shard, knock out the Lander Y, as Haz says about Piloswine getting the same amount of kills he already had last season. So he goes for Solar Stance with Cobalion, and I realize that this is basically game over. I should have Earthquake with Piloswine, but I'm pretty sure an Earthquake and an Ice Shard wouldn't have knocked out the Cobalion. So I go into my Terrakion here, and hoping to win the speed tie. I unfortunately don't. But he told me afterwards that he was Choppleberry. I didn't really know if Choppleberry at -1 Cabalion could have taken the hit, but I think he did say that it could, so I'm going to take his word for it. Unfortunately, we are going to lose this game to Cav. A pretty annoying game to lose because it is the first one, and he had such a super strong team that it was really hard to prep for. And you never want to lose your first game, and you never want to lose any games. You never want to lose your first game in the league, because then everyone starts underestimating you, and they start thinking that you're really bad, because like a 4-0 looks pretty bad. So I'm kind of disappointed that I really did not put more of a battle against Cav, but like I say, he made some very good plays, caught me on some good doubles, and you can't really help but congratulate the guy for making the plays and bringing the sets and bringing the modes that he did. But that's going to be me. Thank you guys for watching this video. As always, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe down below, and comment. And thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next week and next Saturday. Goodbye.